Okay, finding number 2, this is the big question, was could EQ skills be trained? And we now have a real good sense of what the answer to this question is. So on the left side in this yellow box, I'm sharing with you what's called a meta-analysis, and that's the type of research study that collects all of the other research studies that have looked at this specific questions, and then they run that data collectively across the 56 and 26 control group and pre-post studies that you see here. So that's over 4,200 or so participants and learners. None of these studies included any undergrad students that were getting university credit to be in a research lab. This was all out in people who are taking actual workshops. And their overall finding is yes, that emotional intelligence training does boost EQ scores in pre and post studies, as well as in comparison of groups who got the training and compared to those groups who did not. So that's reassuring to us as an organization that's in this business. I also wanted to share what we find at TalentSmart. We've had our assessments since the early 2000s. There's well over millions of responses in our databases. We've had over 26 databases over the years. And what you see is the overall average increase in a test-retest scenario when someone first takes their baseline EQ score, works on their EQ for months, and then is able to retest it again later. And you might be interested in, well, what's the average number of months? And in this particular case, it's at around the 6 to 9 month mark. Now that's a significant increase because we also find that the differences between generations, about every 10 years, people in their 20s, yes, they do have a somewhat lower EQ score than people in their 30s or 40s or 50s. And those kinds of natural increases that come from job experience and life experience maturing over decades is about 2 or 3 points every decade. But if you make concerted practice within a period of time, within a year, you can almost leapfrog 10 years, 10, 15 years of progress that you might have naturally had you never attended to this. That can be a significant competitive advantage for an organization.